Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome to another episode of Winter Speaks. I'm your host, Winter, and today we're going to talk about the August 4th elections. And not to be a buzzkill, but Abdul Syed won the Michigan Senate race, amongst other races that we won. But I just want to start off by saying that Haley Stevens and Mallory McMorrow coming together to endorse Abdul Syed, even though one of them dropped out and the other one lost, is an example of what civility in politics should be like. No doubt. And it gives me more hope in our politics and what it could be like. This is how Democrat politics should look like. We settle our differences by using democracy and at the ballot box, and we come together at the end of the day after the elections and we vote for the candidate who won. And so I want to congratulate both Haley Stevens and Mallory McMorrow for the hard-earned fight and tenacity, and for showing civility and giving me hope, because we don't see a lot of that in today's politics. I'm looking at you, Jasmine Crockett. So not only did Abdul Syed win in Michigan, we also won. Jocelyn Benson became the nominee for Michigan governor. William Lawrence, who's up against a Republican, the Bernie-backed candidate, won in Michigan's 7th district. Of course, Rashida Tlaib won in Michigan's 12th district. She's undefeated. And then DSA candidate, progressive, Bernie-backed candidate, Donovan McKinney won in Michigan's 13th district. And then going to Missouri, Bethany Mann in Missouri's 3rd district won. And Pramila Jayapal in Washington's 7th district won her race as well. So we have many great wins, and probably some that I've missed, but those are just some of the races that I was keeping track of personally. And so we've won a bunch, we've lost a bunch. Cori Bush didn't make it in Missouri, which is a whole other video about her race and her as a candidate. But I want to congratulate these candidates that won their races. It was a great night, but also kind of frustrating too. There are other candidates like Dia Paris and Kyle Bloomquist who I wanted to win in Michigan as well. But they did really well running up their numbers. But also Brent Henrick in Washington's 3rd district against Marie Gluesenkamp Perez. He did really well for being underfunded and not having a lot of people on the ground. He did really well in Washington's 3rd district. And then in Washington's 9th district was also frustrating. We had a third-party candidate, independent, or Socialist Party candidate, running in that district, and was a spoiler. And Melissa Chaudhry had the best chance of beating Adam Smith, and with a third-party candidate, she took away from Melissa's total, and because of that, she helped the Republican get enough votes. So then it's Adam Smith versus the Republican. We had a good chance of beating Adam Smith with another Democrat, but unfortunately there was a third-party spoiler that was in that district in Washington, and so unfortunately what I was afraid would happen happened. I hate being right sometimes, but that happened in Washington's 9th district, I believe, which is very unfortunate. But overall, we had a good night with several races that we've lost, which is, we won't we need to remember that we won't win every single race. And but change is happening, and that's what matters. We have more primaries this week on Thursday. Today's August 5th, Wednesday. We have primaries in Tennessee. And I have several backed candidates in Tennessee that I'm watching, but the one that I'm mostly watching for is Justin Pearson. But there are other great candidates running as well. And then next week is another big one, or I bet another big week for primaries. We have Wisconsin, which is another swing state, and where I'm watching Francesca Hong, who's a Democratic socialist who's running for governor, and she's looking like one of the top candidates, or the top Democrat running in that field, because the more moderate centrist wing can't get themselves organized, and so we'll make history there. But we have a long uphill into November to defeat Tom Tiffany, the Republican candidate for governor in Wisconsin, which is a swing state. So we got an uphill battle with that race, and several other races to look forward to. But yeah, we got work ahead of us, and it's so crazy how many states we have left. After yesterday, we only have about 15 states left, which is crazy to say, left of the 2026 primaries. And then November is coming up really quickly. It's August, so we have 3 months left to organize for the midterm elections. So let's do this. And so the last question that we should ponder is, what does this mean for the Democratic Party going forward? What does it mean for us as a party? What does it mean in general? What should the party learn from our wins yesterday? And I think the number one lesson that the Democratic Party should learn is that progressives are part of the party as well, the party coalition. It's not just moderates, it's not just centrists, it's also progressives, and they need to make room for us as well. And as much as I disagree with moderates and centrists, not in all places will we win, and are great candidates. So there were many candidates yesterday that I was watching that I was hoping would win, but in a lot of these areas it's super red and conservative, and so Democrats feel the need to put in more of a conservative Democrat or more moderate Democrat because they feel they can win there. And so I feel like as progressives, it needs to be a two-way streak where they respect when we win and we respect when they win in primaries, right? And that doesn't mean we can't ever run progressives in these tough races and seats that we don't think we have a chance in. It means coming together at the end of the day after primaries, whether win or lose, and coming together to beat the Republicans at the end of the day. And so at the end of the day, progressives need to, make room for moderates whenever possible. And then the Democratic Party needs to make room for the progressive left because we are a part of the base. I'd say the 50% of the base is moderate and 50% of the base is progressive. And so it's a tug and pull. And the Democratic Party has always been a coalition, right? It's always been, we have to be united in order to defeat the Republicans. And so, and we see candidates everywhere when they lose not endorse their opponents. And so we saw that, play out differently in Michigan, where a bunch of candidates, who lost their races endorsed their opponent. And That is such a classy thing to do, and it's the right thing to do at the same time. So, I think that's the lesson we can take from this is that, one, we be open minded about, who comes next after the primaries and, vote blue no matter who, in November, no matter if you're a moderate and a progressive win, no matter if you're a progressive and a moderate wins, we vote blue in November to defeat the Republicans. And it's really important to stay united. Primaries is where we work out our differences. And so that's what I kind of take from all of this is that we need to be more like Michigan Democrats and Michigan progressives, where we're united at the end of the day for the candidate, that won the primaries. And so that's what I take from all this, and I think that's what y'all should take from this as well. Of course, comment down below what you take from this whole experience on August 4th, and let me know. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for tuning in.